Hello and welcome to Making Magical Muggle Cakes with Ravenclaw Librarian Heidi Whelan. So to start off, you're going to need some ingredients, but I want to tell you, you don't have to be writing anything down because we will post on Facebook all the ingredients that we used and maybe some other suggestions as well. So for me, I'm going to be making this live with you guys. I have my magical recipe book here. It's a Witches and Wizards Magical Recipes. So I'm going to open that up right to Muggle Cake. And we're going to get started. So I have my magic wand with me, so that's going to be here in case I need it for anything. I don't know if you have a magic wand or not, but my magic wand is 13.5 inches, and it is beechwood, and it has a dog hair core. As a matter of fact, just about everything in my house has a dog hair, at least coating, if not core. I seem to find it everywhere. So hopefully you're cooking, you've cleaned off your cooking surfaces, you've washed your hands really well so that you're not getting dog hair in your recipe. So I'm going to start right off with a mug. And this mug I'm using today is see-through so that you guys can see the steps that we do. And I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of flour in here. Now I've heard flour is pretty scarce at the stores, but I want to tell you, you don't need to just use all-purpose flour. I'm using a mixture of flours. So I have some coconut flour in here, some rice flour, and some regular all-purpose flour. I had a tiny bit of it left, so I'm using it. I mixed it all up, and that is what I'm using. Smart witches and wizards know that you can often replace things and make your recipe just as good. And it's a good opportunity to try something new also. So after we put our flour in, we're going to move to sugar. I have some nice golden sugar here. I like to use golden sugar because golden sugar has been processed less than the white sugar. So it's a little bit healthier, if you can call sugar healthy. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of that. And you'll see the only measuring tools we're going to be using today is a teaspoon and a tablespoon. That's really all we're going to need because you're just making a cake for one, your Muggle cake here. All right, what else do we have? We're going to use some salt. You can use regular table salt. I've ground up some sea salt. I really like the way it tastes, and I like that it's a little bit bigger pieces than the salt that you buy in the little salt shaker. So let's see what we need. We're going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon, not very much salt. But because we're making our Muggle cake chocolate, because I've chosen a chocolate Muggle cake for us today, I put in a little bit more salt because I think the salt and the chocolate work really well together. They taste delicious. And also we are going to be using some baking powder. Just a little bit, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking powder is going to let our cake rise. So that's an important thing. And we don't want to forget our chocolate. I've pre-measured the chocolate. It is 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So I'm going to put that whole thing in, the 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. That's all our dry ingredients. So I'm going to mix it. Mix it really well and get all the little bumps and lumps out. Whoops, kind of messy. That cocoa powder goes all over the place. There, once you have a nice smooth powder and it's all mixed, I think you guys can see that. we're ready for the wet ingredients. The wet ingredients are 4 tablespoons of soy milk, and I already measured those out and put it in the cup. 2 tablespoons vegetable oil. 1, 2. And then we have some vanilla extract, and we're going to put in just a little bit, 1/4 of a teaspoon. Really helps with the flavor. There's 1/4 of a teaspoon. And this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips. I didn't have chocolate chips, so I am going to use, I have some vegan chocolate bar, and I've broken up the pieces. So I'm just going to use a couple of pieces of this vegan chocolate. And so when I was mentioning milk too, I'm using soy milk. It bakes really nicely. It has a great taste. I'm vegan, so all these ingredients that I'm giving to you today are vegan, but you can use any kind of milk. You could use rice milk, almond milk, there's coconut milk. They're all delicious. If you're someone who drinks milk from a cow, you could always use a cow milk to bake with as well. So you can do that. Now we have all our ingredients in. So we're going to mix our ingredients. I'm using a bamboo spoon because I do not want you to have to hear the spoon clinking, because there's quite a bit of mixing involved. And it kind of makes I'm going to try to show it to you, like a smooth, wet paste. So this is what it looks like. See? It's a little bit runny. Oh, I can see I've forgotten some powder down at the bottom. That's what's nice about doing a see-through mug, is I can see what I've messed up. All right, so this is all ready to put in the microwave for 90 seconds. That's not long at all. 90 seconds and you'll have your own personal Mug-gle cake. And I have baked one this morning to show you as an example. I didn't make it in a mug so that you guys could see it see-through, in a see-through container. Can you see the Mug-gle cake? And let's taste it to make sure it is as good as it looks. That is so good. You guys have to try to make one. All right, well, thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun showing you how to make a Mug-gle cake. Remember, you'll find the recipe on Facebook, and you can adapt it however you want. There are lemon mug cakes that you can make, but of course we'll call them Muggles because we're all super Harry Potter fans. And you can make Mug-gle cakes of a blueberry cake, a coffee cake. You can find lots of good recipes. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you later. Bye.